Hello students, so in today's class we will learn about digestion in ruminants. Okay, nutrition in ruminants. Now what is ruminant, students? Students, you must have seen cows or goats. They will sit under some tree and they will keep on chewing. Even in the night they are chewing. What are they exactly chewing? Students, ruminants are animals that bring back food from the stomach into their mouth for chewing. What these ruminants? Which are ruminants? The cow is a ruminant, goat is a ruminant, sheep, deer, giraffes. All these animals are ruminants. Now, what these ruminants does? They bring back food from their stomach. তেওঁলোকৰ পেটৰ ভিতৰত যিখিনি খাদ্য খায় সেই খোৱা খাদ্যবিলাক উভতাই লৈ আহে মুখত, আকৌ চবাই আকৌ গিলে। কিয়? কাৰণটো আমি বুজিম। Now see how many stomachs do humans have? We have only one stomach. But these ruminants, they have four stomachs. The rumen, the reticulum, the omesum and the abomesum. Ruminants bilakor চাৰিটা stomach থাকে। কিয় থাকে? Now see, we all know that these ruminants are all herbivores. আমি যিমানবিলাক নাম কৈছিলোঁ, cow, goat, sheep, the giraffe, all these are herbivores. Now what they eat? They eat grass, raw grass, right? Now in this grass there is a very complex carbohydrate known as cellulose. What is the name? Name is cellulose. Cellulose. This cellulose is very hard to digest. They can't digest it very easily. So they use this process of bringing back the food from the stomach back to the mouth and again chewing it. Now about the whole process we will learn. Now what the cow does? The whole day the cow eats and eats and eats. And whatever it eats, what it does? It go food from the mouth will go like this and enters the what? This is what? This is the rumen. Will enter the rumen. Food will go like this from mouth to the esophagus. This is the esophagus, right? This is the esophagus. From esophagus, it will enter the rumen. Now, whole day it will eat and it will store. See, the rumen size is very big. What it will do? The whole day it will store the food. Now, in the rumen, what is there? There is some bacteria. There is some microorganisms. These microorganisms helps to partially digest the food. The food is partially digested, but not fully digested. Now, what happens? In the night or whenever they take rest, what will happen? This food from the rumen will go back. They will bring back the food. They will bring back the food to where? To the reticulum. Which is the reticulum? This portion you see, no? This portion is the reticulum. They will bring back it to the reticulum. Now, in reticulum, what will happen? If the food is required to further break down, if the food is very complex, there is more amount of cellulose, then from reticulum it will again go to the mouth. The food will again go to the mouth, and some portion whichever is not required to digest, it will go to the omesum. It will go to the omesum. Okay. Now when this after chewing here, this food will come here, it will get chewed here. After chewing, what happened? It again goes back to the omesum. From omesum it enters the abomesum. Okay. Water. Now see students, water, whatever water is present in the food, some amount of water is absorbed in the omesum. Okay. And the abomesum is where the digestion actually starts. The real digestion actually starts in the abomesum. So abomesum is known as the actual stomach of the ruminants. Here, after all this process from abomesum, the food enters the from omesum, the food enters the abomesum, which is known as the actual or the real stomach of the ruminants. Now, digested food, whatever happens, there's some digestion happens here. Now, digested foods now enters the small intestine. What is the small intestine? Here, it is a small intestine here. In the small intestine, it enters a small intestine. Where it enters a small intestine, what happens? The liver and the pancreas secrete their digestive juice in the small intestine like humans. What happens in the small, here this portion is a small intestine, in the small intestine, what happens? The digestion again happens there, and the whatever nutrients are there are absorbed in the small intestine. From there, it what happens? It moves to the large intestine. What happens in the large intestine? Like humans, whatever water is there in the food remaining, some portion was absorbed in the what? Obesum, and the remaining amount is absorbed in the large intestine. And after large intestine, what happens? It whatever unnecessary food is there, it is excreted as a form of cow dung in cow, right? As a form of cow dung, or they can they can also it can whatever liquid is there, liquid also they excrete, right? So this is how digestion or nutrition in ruminants takes place. Difference is ruminants they have 4 stomach. Remember the name: rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. Food first enters the rumen. From rumen it is brought back to the reticulum. If it is required to chew, it will go to the mouth. Otherwise, it will go to the abomasum. After abomasum, it will go to the small intestine where digestion happens, and then it will go to large intestine, and finally to the rectum and the anus, and the unwanted food will be sent out. And the abomasum is the actual stomach, is the most important stomach of the ruminants. Okay, so now students, I hope you have understood this class about ruminants. So in the next class we will study the question answers. This chapter is finished, we will start doing giving question answers. So students, thank you very much. With this I conclude this first chapter, that is second chapter, that is nutrition in animals. Thank you very much. See you soon.